musical selection by Sister Laura.
Hello, church. Happy Sabbath. We brought up Steps to Christ. What a wonderful book. Before I sing my song, I'm going to read a little out of Steps to Christ from where the song came. The author, I met her years ago, and it's such a lovely song, and it's actually quite appropriate for women because we think about how we dwell on things. And the last chapter of Steps to Christ is Rejoicing in the Lord. Sister White had a dream. Many walking along the path of life dwell upon their mistakes and their failures and disappointments, and their hearts are filled with grief and discouragement. While I was in Europe, a sister who had been doing this and who was in deep distress wrote to me, asking for some word of encouragement. The night after I had read her letter, I dreamed that I was in a garden, and one who seemed to be the owner of the garden was conducting me through its paths. I was gathering the flowers and enjoying their fragrance when this sister, who had been walking by my side, called my attention to some unsightly briars that were impeding her way. There she was mourning and grieving. She was not walking in the pathway, following the guide, but was walking among the briars and thorns. Oh, she mourned, is it not a pity that this beautiful garden is spoiled with thorns? Then the guide said, let the thorns alone, for they will only wound you. Gather the roses, the lilies, and the pinks. Have there not been some bright spots in your experience? Have you not had some precious seasons when your heart throbbed with joy in response to the Spirit of God? When you look back into the chapters of your life experience, do you not find some pleasant pages? Are not God's promises like the fragrant flowers growing beside your path on every hand? Will you not let their beauty and sweetness fill your heart with joy? And that's where this song came from. It's called Gather the Roses. Gather the roses, the lilies, the pinks. Think of joys in your life. The briars will wound you, the thorns only grieve. So gather the roses, the lilies, the pinks. As I was walking the pathway of life, trials were all I could see. The joy and the peace I once knew with the Lord seemed like a faint memory. I dreamed that I walked through a garden fair, gathering up sweet flowers rare, then stung by the thorns as I strayed from the path. I heard a voice sing soft and clear, gather the roses, the lilies, the pinks. Think of the joys in your life. The briars will wound you, the thorns only grieve. So gather the roses, the lilies, the pinks. Don't gather the unpleasant times in your past. Don't mourn them and talk them all through. Remember the blessings God gives you each day. Oh, listen, He's saying to you, gather the roses, the lilies, the pinks. Think of the joys in your life. the thorns only grieve. So gather the roses, the lilies, the pinks. So gather the roses,